Here's how it works. Users can access light rules from a local or remote web browser. The dashboard view is Lightrool's default page. It displays energy use trends, active lighting profiles, and links to commonly used reports and charts. The placement and status of fixtures can be seen in the facility map. During installation, fixtures are grouped into lighting zones and grouped as rooms or areas in a facility.
Actually, this is one more software. It's a very good software, but I couldn't get the exact that software package. That is exe file. I couldn't able to get it from internet. So you people have that searching capability. Now just go through it and Google and just find out this light rules software. I have searched somewhere, but unfortunately I didn't able to get that exe file set of files. Right. So if you're just able to find out, now just inform me as well as right. So I'm just going to have some knowledge on this software also. So digital lumens are light rules. Right. So it's a good software, I guess, right? So this is the map, right? This is a card file, right? Which is already built it, as well as this is a built real-time video, so real-time data, right? Light rules, right? So it's very good software, I guess. And then we could able to control your entire luminary system with the help of IoT-based system. So you could able to turn and on or tend it off with the help of your mobile phone through, right? So it's called IoT, small thing, right? But this app is have that much useful GUI, right? So graphical user interface, so you could able to find out which light is turned on, which light is turned off, right? So and each and every light, it has its own inbuilt feature like Wi-Fi connectivity. So this symbol you could see, right? So the blue color element lights is now turned on, the gray color is shows that your lights is now on off mode, that is off mode, right? So if you're just able to find out this software in internet, please inform me as well as, right? So I'm just also have to download this software also. I'm just looking for that, right?
By default, the map view overlays color-coded symbols atop a facility map to show how lighting zones are configured to rooms or areas.
So this entire your factory, that is called foam factory, that is called foam manufacturing factory, and they have created a CAD exact the CAD model, right? So there's a building entrance, administration block, and there's a processing and manufacturing and packaging areas, right? So they just modeled in the form of a solid work or maybe a CAD file, and then once they just created it, they just mapping with light systems, right? So which is already installed in that company, and then they just mapping with this CAD file, and then CAD file map பண்ண பிறகு they're just going to control with the help of some addressing mapping, right? So addressing mapping with the help of digital members, right? So each and every light, its own light in physically it's available in industry, it has its own unique ID. That ID is now interpret over here this software itself, right? So Lightroom software itself is just going to install over here. One unit is going to turned off from here, so the light will be automatically controlled from a remote side. So I'm just going to play it.
In the facility. When status mode is selected, the facility map displays the status of each fixture. Clicking on an individual fixture will provide information about its zone assignment and status. Lighting settings and profiles are used to define the various behavior states of lighting fixtures within a facility. Users can configure active and inactive light levels, group settings, and response to daylight conditions to maximize efficiency and performance. Lighting zones and profiles are easily modified to accommodate.
You could easily find out a number of blocking room, right? So foam cut room, corrected room, wood assembly room, and wood cut room and foam cut room. So these are different types of section which is available in industry, right? So in each and every room it has its lighting system will be available. So you could able to adjust the lighting system by remote itself, right? So it's
Accommodate the
possible.
changing needs of a facility over time.
Could able
This
to
helps
edit.
run an efficient facility and support task tuning, use of fixtures as nightlights, and reductions in light output for energy savings and limiting peak demand. Lightrool's calendar allows facility managers to easily update lighting profiles, automatically applying settings as programmed. Manual control allows users to override lighting.
So these are the profiles you could able to create your own profile, right? So night shift, day shift, and full time all light is going to be on 100% on. You could able to design with your own profile. Based upon that, you could able to control your lighting systems.
Defaults or a scheduled profile. From Light Rules, a customer can push a manual profile in order to accommodate unexpected events, such as weekend operations or non-scheduled events. In situations where users also require physical controls, Light Rules keypads can be added to the system. allowing lighting profiles to be pushed by employees on the facility floor. One of Lightroll's most powerful features is reporting.
So this indicates that this red color zone shows that every light is now switched on, that the flux intensity level, it's giving that mapping area. But in the area admin block and some entry that storage room, right? So this is the storage area. So in a movement, humanoid movement, so that's why the light is now somewhat turned off.
Providing insight into energy consumption and the movement of people and goods throughout the facility. For example, occupancy data can be overlaid on the facility map. This data can be used to reorganize the operations of a facility to help it run more efficiently and effectively. Energy reports provide valuable information about
You could have a
use and
report
cost.
also, right? So
Configured with energy price information, facility managers gain access to information about current lighting costs, historical averages, and deviations that can suggest opportunities for further savings. And energy use isn't just about the lights. With the addition of Lightroll's power, facility staff can monitor energy use of non-lighting loads, such as refrigeration equipment, motor loads, and HVAC systems, providing an even greater level of operation.
So this company, Digital Lumens Lightrolls, they not only focus on lighting system also, they just also focus on HVAC, that's called heating, ventilation, air cooling system, as well as motoring load, induction motors, right? So this company is providing many solutions to that industry, energy saving, right? So only we are just going to focus on Lightrolls today, light only.
Data. And for facilities that want to take things even further, we've created Lightroll's API. It allows developers and integrators to connect Lightroll's to their building management system, reduce lighting loads as part of a demand response initiative, or integrate performance.
Okay, with that, I'm just moving to the topic, right? So I think 20 members joined, so 5 members training. Okay, thanks for joining. So meanwhile, our video பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. ஸோ ஒரு லைட்டுக்கு இவ்வளோ தேவையான இங்கே கேட்கலாம், ரைட்? ஸோ in industry while speaking, so in money while we will consider about money. So in industry, 3 to 10% of electricity bill, maybe that energy bill is going to be consumed by lighting systems, 3 to 10%. If you're just paying 1 lakh electricity bill, in the sense around 30,000, so 20 to 30,000 rupees is going to be only for lighting systems. So it was a huge money. So yearly paying, it will be around 3 lakhs per annum. So the amount will be much high. So we need to have that some management technique over lighting systems also, right? So yesterday we have seen, right? So different types of delamping strategies, and today we are just going to see about lighting control different technologies, right? So we are just going to go with the lighting control technologies. Once we just finished this lighting control technologies, and we are straight away moving into DIALUX software, which is already a small intro I just given by yesterday, right, itself. And we are just going to today seen some demonstration on real-time demonstration, not a real-time demonstration, the simulation-based demonstration by using DIALUX. So what I'm just having a plan for today, that a lighting system. So right, so I'm just going to give you that a small demonstration about a street lighting system on roadside, as well as in a simple house lamping systems, right? So these are the small two demo I'm just going to give you. Once this demonstration is going to be completed, I'm just going to give you that entire tutorial, right? So that software tutorial, which is already available in YouTube. So I'm just going to share with those links. Just kindly go through those links and kindly install this software into your laptop, and kindly have a hands-on session, hands-on experience on this software, right? So it will be useful for you, right? So yeah, in industry, in not in India, right? And it will be in abroad, right? So many companies, many MNC companies like Coca-Cola and ABB, right? So big MNC companies, they're having their what could I say? They have their own lighting efficient professional systems will be there, right? So அவங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம நார்மலா வயரிங்லாம் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. They'll in foreign states abroad, there is a number of professional team members already available. They're just running their own company, lighting மட்டுமே, lighting design. பெரிய பெரிய ஹோட்டல்ஸ்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ப்ரொஃபஷனல் லைட்டிங் தான் இருப்பாங்க. ஸோ நம்ம உள்ள எலக்ட்ரீஷியன்ஸ் மாதிரிலாம் இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. They just have that different companies itself, right? It's like Philips, Ostrom. So many companies they're running their professional societies, like lighting systems for industry and homes, residentials, right? ஸோ அதுக்கெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்பெஷலாக இருக்குது. ஸோ அதுக்காக இந்த மாதிரி சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ்லாம் தேர் ஜஸ்ட் கிரியேட்டிங், right? So by directly installing in building is now very difficult, right? So we couldn't able to calculate entire luminary systems, right? So if you're having any simulation software, so we could model your system. Maybe you could create your own imaginary level, creativity level in our simulation side. If it is working fine, then you can go with that real-time projects, right? That it will be very useful for you people as well, right? So the operating cost, timing, இதெல்லாமே நம்மளால reduce பண்ண முடியும், right? So I'll go with it, this software. Right, so that's why I'm just planning about two software, but I couldn't able to get that light rule software. If people just have that strong searching capability, just go with it and just find out that software. And one more software will have no issues. DIALUX, it's a powerful software as well, right? So I'm just going to give you that introduction, right? Now I'm just going to switch into my slides today. ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு டாபிக் பார்க்கலாம் plus ஒரு software, right? So ஒரு software the same software demonstration. Then it will be useful for you people. சரி, நான் புக்கில் படித்தா மட்டுமே நமக்கு நாட் தட் மச் நாலேஜ் கெயின் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ வி நீட் டு காம்படேட் வித் த ரியல் டைம் மார்க்கெட், ரைட்? ஸோ மார்க்கெட்டில் இப்போ என்ன நெசசரி இருக்கோ அந்தளவுக்கு நம்ம வி நீட் டு காம்படேட், தென் ஒன்லி வி குட் ஏபிள் டு கெட் survive, right, in that fast moving world, right? Right, I'm just going to share my window. I think my screen is visible, right? So yes, I'm just presenting. Yes, my screen is visible. So lighting control technologies, right? So once we just fit some lights in industry or a residential or homes area, then we need to control over that, right? So what are the different types of controlling technique? We are just going, we are electrical engineer, we people already have that much knowledge on electricity. So for a light off, maybe we are just going to switch on or switch off that lighting system with the help of some mechanisms, right? That is called a switch, right? So the switch is going to automatically or maybe manually or maybe partial automatic, right? So we'll have different varieties of control technology will be available. So we are just going to see in later. And simply we are just going to cut off the power supply, that is called the flow of electron inside the circuit. We are just going to remove it, or maybe we are just going to activate by manual, by automatic, right? So this is the main objective, right? So first thing, we are just going to go with it switches, right? So these are the switches you already know, right? So this is the first thing is now called 3-pole, right? So 1, 2, 3, 3-pole MCB, that is called 3-pole miniature circuit breaker. This is called a single pole. So these are some short circuit and no voltage, over voltage protection will be available in these smart switches. But in our home side, residential, we are to be able to see this type of switches only. This is called one-way switches, right? So one-way switches only. You could able to cut off, or maybe you are just going to connect power supply with the help of one-way switches. This all some extra protection will be available. So if it is in the switch, it's not going to be protective from over current or over voltage, under voltage, short circuit. These switches will not help you for you, right? So these are the switches. This is called the miniature circuit breakers. These also act as switch as well as it will be acting as a circuit breaking also, right? So this will also helpful to you, right? So to switch on the power supply, maybe cut off that power supply. So these are some more over advantage over these switches, normal switches. So these are the switches called manual controlling. So this is called wall mounted. So you could see in our home, right? So this is wall mounted. And these switches is going to be installed on nearby wall, and as well as it's going to be automatic. Sorry, it will be going to be actuated by manually only, right? These switches is going to switch on your lights with the help of manual movement, right? So not apart from that, it's very easy about it. So lightweight. So these are the simple things. So lightweight installing it is very easy, and it's very what could I say? It's a very easy thing, and we'll go with it one more time. So if you want to switch off the light, so you're just going to manually switch off, right? So there is no way at all, right? So we are just going to manually switch on, and we are just going to manually switch off. And for second case, it's somewhat a partial automation. This is a fully manual, 100% manual operation here, right? So we'll go coming here that with the help of electronic timers, you could able to switch on your lighting systems with the timers, right? So we'll have a number of timers will be there, on timer, off timer. So delay timer, we'll have different timers in our market will be available, or maybe clock timer, right? So we'll have different types of timer, digital clock timer. So we could able to switch on your lighting system based upon real-time clocks, right? So I'm just going to switch on my lighting system around 6 p.m., right? So we are just going to set a real-time clock with the time 6 p.m. Now the light is going to be switched on. There's a control signal is going to be developed only by 6 p.m. And then your corresponding output is going to be applied in my lighting systems. So based upon this, we could able to do partial automation, right? So these are the timers. right? So you could able to control your lighting system. So these are this some of one more example. So this will also reduce your lighting cost compared to my first case, right? First case, it will be fully automation, so the manual or maybe manual human being is going to be switched on the light and maybe switched off light, so it is somewhat 100% manual, so you couldn't able to save electricity energy, right? So with a full-fledged manner, right? So here you could able to somewhat you could able to reduce the electricity energy, right? So in the timer kuda we are just going to include some photo sensors, right? So it could will be very intelligent, it will be make as intelligent one, right? So it could be turned into intelligent one. So if you're just going to install some sensor with my timers, right? So next it will be like that, right? So there's a third type of small technology that is called occupancy sensor, right? So if there is any movement in this particular area, the light is going to be detected, right? So this is the working area. So these are the working area, right? So here the people are working under roof, right, in industry or maybe residential. So here definitely light is now much needed to work, right? So there is no movement in first picture. So light is now around 10% will be brightness. It will be 10%, right? So it's not fully dark, around 10%. If any movement is happening, right? Say, so this is a luminance area, right? So the light pathina maximum coverable area cover panadu, right? So light. So for example, it will be around 2 meters, right? 2 meters. If I'm just going to fix some sensors over the nearby this fixtures is going to be sense, right? It's going to measure some movement, right? So the human is now coming. So now definitely there is a small movement is happening here. So the light or the intensity pathina somewhat is getting changed around 25%, right? So around 25. If now human is now again it will be he is moving, so more number of detection is detected, so definitely light is now 100%. You could see that the brightness level, so right, so somewhat dimmer, somewhat brightness here, full brightness. Once that different, that is called difference between this object moving, right? So again it's moving into its original position 10%. So with the help of occupancy and the dimmer, right? So dimmer as well as occupancy sensors, we're just going to discuss about the different types of occupancy sensor, right? So no issues. And based upon dimmer as well as these sensors, you could able to reduce your wastage of electricity, right? You could able to reduce your electricity, right, in the lighting systems, right? So this is somewhat most advancement as well as it will be useful for you in industry, right? So these are the different types of sensors. So example kandipa kepanga. So we need to explain with the help of some pictures as well as some definitions, right? So first type, so PIR. So you people already familiar with this type of sensors in our mini project time, right? So this is called a domed shaped PIR sensor, which is now is going to be fixed and nearby that lamping system, right? So this is called a fixer, right? And lamp will be also here. I'm just going to fix this occupancy sensor somewhere nearby this lighting system, right? So this passive infrared sensor is nothing but it's going to detect any movement, right? So passive, the name itself has the meaning infrared. It is going to detect temperature changes around this body, right? So if a human being or maybe some animals is crossing, so it going to detect our human body temperature, right? So this is called infrared sensor, right? So it's going to detect some temperature changes in nearby. It's not a human, right? So if any some temperature is changing nearby this area, the sensor is going to detect some changes in the form of voltage, right? So in the form of voltage as well as current. So if the voltage, reference voltage is changing, so something is detected. So this is what how this passive infrared sensor is detecting, right? So if the temperature is changing nearby this area, definitely the voltage is going to be associated with the sensor is going to be changing. So due to this, the sensor is detecting something. So it will automatically going to trigger and control circuit. So that control circuit is going to trigger on my lighting systems, right? So this is what this passive infrared sensor is working. And we'll have one more sensor that is called ultrasonic sensor. We people also have it in our line follow robot link pathirpinga. So now there is two இந்த மாதிரி சென்சார் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. இட்ஸ் லைக் அல்ட்ராசானிக் சென்சார், ரெண்டு இது மாதிரி இருக்கும், ரைட்? ஸோ ஒன் இஸ் அ ரிசீவர், ஒன் இஸ் அ சென்டர், ரைட்? So it's going to generate a continuous small ultrasonic sound. Actually, this is called sound based one, sound wave. So you couldn't able to hear with the help of our human ear, right? So it not be detected by our human eye, human ear, right? So it's there is a one more oscillator will be inside that ultrasonic sensors will be there. One more ultrasonic sensor, right? It will be RC inductor as well as capacitor arrangement. So I'm just going to give you power supply. So it's going to detect, it's going to generate a sound wave. This sound waves will be transmitted through antenna. It's now going some around 20 meters, maybe based upon, right? So based upon the strength of oscillator, right? So it could able to generate this much distance, right? So if there is any movement of object is crossing, or maybe human or animal, maybe something is crossing, so right, so due to this, this receiver antenna is going to receive one more signal. So because this sender is going to send the signal, right, with the help of some wavelength around, for example, wavelength I'm just speaking about, or every signal has its own length, right? So amplitude as well as frequency. For example, 100. It's not exact, it's right answer. I'm just going to, for understanding purpose, I'm just giving wavelength is 100. If some object is crossing, due to this object interaction, so the wavelength of this object, this wavelength of this sound is going to be definitely, it's maybe increased or maybe decreased, right, based upon the distance between the object and my receiver side. So due to this, the sensor is going to be, again, is going to have a voltage difference, right? So due to this, the sensor is going to be detect something. So this is a way of this ultrasonic sensor is working, and it's going to be detect something, and it's going to activate my again control circuit, and the control circuit again is going to turn on my light. So this is why this ultrasonic sound is working. This is a temperature based, that is called infrared based. This is called sound based, and we'll have now one more occupancy sensor called microwave, right? So we'll have microwave. Again, there is one more oscillator that is called electronic oscillators, like what we have seen in ultrasonic. The same way microwave, right? So that is a radio frequency wave is going to be generated. So the same way how the sound wave is detected, the same way radio frequency wave is going to be generated, right? So it is going to be detected with the help of wavelength also again, right? So it's the same as my ultrasonic. This is sound wave, this is radio frequency wave. And in nowadays we are having a smart sensors, right? So these are the smart sensors like nano sensors, right? It will be both combined thing of my passive infrared plus microwave. So combined with the help of four sensors, right? So we are going to give a power supply plus minus. It's nano electronics. It's like not smart sensors now. The same concept we are just going to see in a nano scale. That is why it's smart sensor, right? ஸோ இதில் ஹாவ் இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது எல்லாமே மெக்கானிக்கல் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும். பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அங்கே ஒரு டயாஃப்ராம் இருக்கும், பின்னாடி ஸ்ப்ரிங் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட் இருக்கும், வில் ஹாவ் எல்சி ஆசிலேட்டர்ஸ்லாம் இருக்கும். பட் ஸ்மார்ட் சென்சர் இஸ் நத்திங் பட் த சேம் கான்செப்ட் வி ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு இன்கார்பரேட் வித்தின் ஐசி. ஸோ எல்லாமே ஐசிக்குள்ளேயே நானோஸ்கேல்லே நம்ம வி ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு மேனுஃபேக்சர் இட் செல்ஃப். வி ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு சி எல்லாமே ஐசிஸாக இருக்கும். ஸோ எல்லாமே நானோஸ்கேலில் பண்ணுறதுனால திஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் நவ் நானோ சென்சஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ லைஃப் டைம் இட் வில் பி சம்வாட் ஹை. So these are the sensors which is going to detect the movement which is in our working area, and it's going to trigger a control signal, and the control circuit is going to be turned on your lights based upon your object, right? So this is called occupancy sensors. And one more thing we have just discussed about dimmers, right? So dimmers is going to be manually could be able to adjust, right? It's like a potentiometer. That's called, not that much difficult job. It's called a potentiometer. When we are just going to rotate in a clockwise, the resistance of the circuit is going to be getting eliminated. Due to this, power to the circuit is going to be increased, and brightness of your lighting system is going to be increased. It's very easy. It is called manually நம்ம ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணி பார்த்தோம். ஃபேன்ல வச்சுக்கிறீங்களே அதெல்லாம் பொட்டன்ஷியோமீட்டர் கான்செப்ட் தான், ரைட்? And we'll have a linear scale, we'll have a rotary arrangement also. We'll have different types of innovation ideas, right? So we could able to have that linear motion. Some customers will go with that linear arrangement. We'll have some what could I say, some feeling, right? So in rotary order, we'll have some feeling in my up and down feeling. So we'll have different types of innovation. Not that much. This is one, right? So, and this will also reduce your electricity energy with the help of using this dimmer, and it also extends lamp life, because we are just going to run that lamp at 100% efficiency now. Definitely lamp or life is going to be getting down. If you are using with very less amount அப்படின்னா, that is called your life of lamp is going to automatically, it's going to be increased, as well as your energy reducer also, it's going to be good, right? So this all the technologies which is going to control your lighting systems. Normally manual on off switch and real-time clock or electronic timers, you could able to control your delay, you could able to control your lighting system with somewhat partial automation. and with the help of occupancy sensor, you could able to control the lighting system around fully automations. Based upon 100%, you could able to control your lighting system, right? And these are the different types of sensors which is available for occupancy areas. And one more thing, dimmers. So these are the lighting controls will be available. So இது உங்களுக்கு syllabus இதோட stop பண்ணிட்டாங்க. So I'm just planning about that light rules, right? So IoT based control systems, right? We are just going to plan about for later classes. So we'll see on later. So IoT based control lighting systems, we are just going to go with it beyond that syllabus also, right? And then exam நீங்க ஒரு 10 marks or 8 marks கேட்டாங்கன்னா you could able to discuss about this much enough, right? Switches, lighting control overall introduction, and switches and timers, occupancy sensor various categories, and dimmers. இதெல்லாம் நீங்க உங்களுக்கு will get maximum 8 10 marks, right? Now I'm just going to give you that. So I'm remaining half an hour. I'm just planning about a DIALUX software introduction. So yesterday we have seen introduction, and today I'm just going to give you a demonstration how the lighting is going to be installed in a building, and how we're just going to calculate how many lighting, that is how many fixtures is needed for a particular room, and how we are just going to manage the lighting system in an industry, right? So this is why I'm just going to planning. ஸோ நீங்கள் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்கள் ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு லைவாக போனால் தான் ஹவு மணி லைட் இஸ் நீடட் அப்படிங்கிறது தெரியும். பட் நமக்கு அந்த சான்ஸ் கிடைக்காது பிகாஸ் வி ஆர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ த கம்பெனி பீப்புள் தே won't allow you, and we are not able to have that much knowledge, as well as we couldn't able to act as a lighting professional system engineers. ஸோ நம்ம அது மாதிரியும் ஆக்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ for that purpose we just need to have a knowledge on some softwares. So by through those softwares we could have some even some knowledges, right? So with that software we could able to act as a real-time engineers also, right? So if we are just strong in that, so we could have that real feeling also, because as a real engineers also they are just practicing on this software itself, right? So why we people are not going with that? So that's the plan. Now I'm just going to share my entire screen so you could see my softwares. One second. Just I have two plan about it. So one plan, first of all, so street light system. One more thing, small house, like how we are just going to insert some lights, and how we are just going to calculate the lumens, right, in that particular area, and how many light is required. We are just going to see. And as well as in forthcoming classes, we are just going to discuss about on institutional, maybe college எடுத்துக்கலாம், college building, maybe industry rooftop building எடுத்துக்கலாம். We are just going to work on industry real time, that CAD file, right? So I told that initially in this class, right? So light rules oda and the CAD file பார்த்தாங்களே IoT based. So we'll just have that same thing, right? So we'll go with that some big industry CAD file, AutoCAD file, and we're just going to calculate how many lights is required, and what all the energy is going to be consumed by that, and later பார்க்கலாம். But today we are just going to see small demonstration, right? So now I'm just going to share my entire screen so people could see my screen surface. I think my screen is visible to everyone, right? So it's not presenting. Yes, anyone just confirming my desktop is now seen, right? Is visible desktop? Yes, and I'm just opening my software, DIALUX software. Right, it's getting started. So this is a front screen. So this is an open starting page, right? So you could able to design your own building, and you could to have that knowledge on your own interest. You could able to design your own home, or else you could able to design your own industry, right? So you could have that those things. And so I'm just going to create a single room, sir. So for my personal room, studying room, you could go with it. And there is one more street lighting system will be available. So I'm just going to go with that street lighting system first of all, and we are just going to go with that small room planning. So the ரெண்டுலயுமே என்ன பண்ண போறோம், we are just going to see today street lighting as well as room planning. We are just going to see how the lighting is now fixed, and how much lighting fixtures is required on a particular place, right? We are just going to go with it, and we'll go with it indoor and outdoor light planning also. So now I'm just going to go with it street lighting. So once you just clicked on it, it's going to work on, right? So you could see that that entire map is going to be given, right? So as usual, the file and new project open already we are just created. You can go with open and save as, import your luminary files and image files. You could able to import direct CAD files over here, and SolidWorks files you are just going to import directly over here, and insert luminary system. That is called, this software is name itself has the meaning DIALUX, right? So we are just going to only discuss about lighting systems, right? So அதனால பார்த்தீங்கன்னா luminaries கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க, right? And we will help and full screen. These are the common software's introduction will be there. And then save operation project will have that symbol you could see planning, right? So in the symbol பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும், the street lamp posting ஓட symbol இருக்கும். So this is called entirely, it will be used for lamping systems, right? I'm just going to go with that new project. One second, and I'm just go with that street lighting, new project, and street light. One second, it's getting loaded. Street lighting I'm choosing. Now basic road is now happening, right? So you could see I'm just you could able to zoom or maybe zoom out, right? With the help of your mouse wheel or control plus or control minus, you could able to zoom out. So this is a default road, so we could have the default road, see. So these are the two, it is called oncoming vehicle and incoming vehicle, right? So this blue dots irukku illaya, so the blue dots, anyone just confirm me whether my screen is visible? Yes, anyone?
Sorry, sir.
ஓகே ஓகே, என்னுடைய சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ் தெரியும், அதுக்காக கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிக்கிறேன், ரைட்? இதனுடைய ஸ்ட்ரீட் ரோடு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக நீங்கள் ரோடு கிரியேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அதர்வைஸ் யூ குட் ஏபிள் டு கிரியேட் ஒரு ஓன் ரோடு. ஐ எம் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு கிவ் யூ தட் இன் டீடைல் அபவுட் இட், நோ இஷ்யூஸ், ஜஸ்ட் லிசன். ஸோ I am just going to insert a street light, right? So if you are just going to build a highway, or if you are just going to go with that civil construction on my Bangalore or Chennai or Coimbatore area, so there is a street light. இப்பெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா யாரும் டேப்ல மெஷர் பண்ணிட்டு they just go with it, right? So டேப்ல ஒரு ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 7 meters or 10 meters ஒரு lamp post ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு they are just going to simply fix a lights, right? But instead of go with that some manual operation, so நல்லா திங்க் பண்ணி பாருங்க, how they are just fixing lights in real time in road side. நீங்க கோயம்புத்தூர்ல நியூ பிரிட்ஜ் வந்துட்டு கிரியேட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க உக்கடம் டு தட் ஏரியா, how they just planning light. ஸோ நீங்க போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். So simply they just having their its own knowledge, own experience, that lighting போடுறவங்க they're having its their own knowledge, right? Simply ஒரு 10 meters or 17 meters, so சிம்பிளா ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்குறாங்க, நைட் டைம் லைட் ஆன் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ இன்னொரு லேம்ப் போஸ்ட்டுக்கும் பிட்வீன் டூ லேம்ப் போஸ்ட்டுக்கும் லைட் கரெக்டா இருக்கான்னு பார்க்குறாங்க. பிசிக்கலி தே ஜஸ்ட் சீயிங், ரைட்? ஸோ பிசிக்கலா பார்க்குறாங்க. ஸோ சப்போஸ் லைட் பத்தலன்னு என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா அந்த லேம்ப் போஸ்ட் ரிமூவ் பண்ணிட்டு ஸோ அந்த டிஸ்டன்ஸை குறைப்பாங்க. ஸோ பிட்வீன் த டிஸ்டன்ஸ் பிட்வீன் டூ லேம்ப் போஸ்ட்டுக்கு நடுவில் என்ன பண்ணாங்க, டிஸ்டன்ஸ் குறைச்சி வைக்கிறாங்க. அகைன் நைட் டைம் வந்துச்சுன்னா லைட் ஆன் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ ரெண்டு லைட்டுக்கும் ஹியூமன் நடந்து பார்க்குறாங்க, ஸோ விசிபிளா இருக்கான்னு பார்க்குறாங்க. திஸ் இஸ் கால்டு பியூர் trial and error method, right? So instead of go with the trial and error method, so why we can't use software, right? So நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா ட்ரையல் அண்ட் எரர்ல எவ்வளவு மிஸ்டேக் வரும். ஒரு லேம்ப் போஸ்ட் வச்சுட்டு நம்ம லேம்ப் போஸ்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஹைட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 15 meters 20 meters லேம்ப் போஸ்ட் இருக்கும். 20 metersக்கு மேலே லேம்ப் நான் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணணும். அப்போ அந்த 20 meters மேட் அப் ஆஃப் ஸ்டீல் பைப், ரைட்? ஸ்டீல் பைப் கீழே போல்ட் நட்டு போடணும், right? So if you are done with it wrong manner, in the sense we are just going to remove it at that entire system, and we are just going to go with it one more mechanical method, right? So it will be a man work based ஆகும், and some misfunction ஆச்சுன்னா lamp crack ஆகிறதுக்கு chances இருக்கு. So this is called some extra work is now needed, right? So while in a trial and error method manually, if you just go some softwares, right? So you could able to design it here itself, right? So I'll just show you that. Now here see, we'll have two options. So this is called a 2D diagram. So now this is a 2D x and y axis only it's showing, right? Here see the blue color dot இருக்குல்ல, இந்த blue color rectangular shape, இந்த இடத்துல மட்டும் தான் I'm just going to calculate my luminary systems, right? So how much light is needed, நல்லா வாட்ச் பண்ணீங்கன்னா தெரியும். So 0, here you could see 0 and 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meter. So in the 15 meter kulla I'm just going to calculate my lighting systems. So you could able to increase your lighting system beyond that 50 meter also, right? Now we could have that 3D rendering also. So இது 2D ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ரோடு மாதிரியே தெரியல இல்லையா? While just going to switch on to 3D rendering, you could have that 3D road. So you could see, so this is my road. You could able to see this is my road. You could able to navigate with the help of your mouse. This is why this software is a much more efficient, right? You could have that real feeling. So this is my 3D rendering model, so you could have that lighting systems, right? So now I'm just going to moving into some visible area. I'm just going to adjust it, right? So for a better vision, I'm just moving, right? So this is a good view, I guess, right? So you could able to see, you could able to zoom, and we could able to zoom out, right? So I'm just going to now I'm just going to insert some lighting systems over here. Or maybe so நீங்க ஒரு ரோடு தான் இருக்கு இன்னைக்கு, I need one more the pedestrian is now going to working this, because this all the area the car and bus is going to be going to happen. So for pedestrians, I'm just going to go with that pedestrians rule, right? So you can street here on left side, you could able to you could name our own project name that is called street. It is called Ukudam. For example, I'm just giving Ukudam, right? So date and time, it's just going to give it, right? Nothing wrong in it. So name is coming Ukudam. And for example, I'm just going to insert a pedestrian path also. If you're just going to pedestrian path in street profile, you'll have a number of options. So if you want to add one more road, click one more roadway, right? So now it will be going one more road. So you could see now both highway, right? So you could able to create easily, right? That's why I'm already told that. So this is somewhat a powerful software, right? To be could able to easy in 3D rendering also. So now I just need a sidewalk that is called pedestrian path. Just click on this human eye symbol. Now in my right side, there's a pedestrian path is now getting created. You could see. You could also redo, undo also here also, right? So I'm just going to see. ரெண்டு ரோடு எனக்கு கிரியேட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். This is for my incoming and oncoming, right? So there's a two path. Now I'm just going to create a sidewalk. This is called a pedestrian path, right? So we could able to create a pedestrian path. And I'm just going to one more pedestrian path my right side. So now I'm just going to create one more pedestrian path. But additional அது அங்கேயே தான் கிரியேட் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. பட் எனக்கு லெஃப்ட் சைட்ல வேணும் அப்படின்னா இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப் அண்ட் டவுன் arrow mark இருக்குல்ல, you could change, right? Up and down arrow mark. You could see sidewalk. I'm just moving. Now sidewalk will be now changed with the help of this select பண்ணிட்டு இங்க up and down arrow mark இருக்கு, change பண்ணீங்கன்னா மாறிடும். So now we are having two roads, right? And two sidewalk. You could have that cycling also, cycling lane also. You could able to create one more cycling lane, right? So I'm just going to not going to create cycling lane. For I'm just going to create a lay pass, right? So these are called parking. So if you're just going to create some parking place for your thing, you could also create parking place, right? And emergency case also you could able to create, right? So this is the thing. You could able to create a grass way, right? So in between bypass la pathina rendu node kandulla grass things will be available. You could also create grasses also, right? I'm just going to create a grass also. So you could able to create a grass between two roads, and you could see in our highways there is a grass will be available, right? So I'm just going to create grass, but it will be grass, it will be in between two roads. Appo enna panna, we are just going to go with it up and down arrow mark, right? So this is now exact highway, right? So this is exact highway. So oncoming, incoming, in between grass away. So now I'm just going to create the lamping system. Now it's now road is now ready. So you could also change your roads width and length, right? So you could able to change. So for example, I'm just going to change my road, right? So this will be the width. We could able to design our own width, right? First roadway, you could able to change your width. Now I'm just choosing roadway. You could able to manually change your road width. So it's a standard pathina 7 meters இருக்கும், based upon that standard model. So if there is a two lanes, right? So you could able to go with that. So at a time pathina we'll have able to pass two vehicles. So even I'm just going to bigger lorry truck, right? So we're just going to have a truck pathina around 6 meters இருக்கும், இங்க 6 meters, இங்க 6 meters. So we'll go with it 10 meters. I think my screen is visible, right? So some sound is happening. Anyone just confirm me? My screen is visible? Yes, 10 meters you could also increase. Anyone just confirm me my voice and my screen is visible? Yes. I'm now just changing my road width. So 10 meters, 10 meters, I'm just changing my road width. If I'm just going to reduce my grass area, right? So grass strip area, I'm just going to reduce into 2 meters. Now you could able to have that road width. So this is what my highway road. Now I'm just going to reduce my pedestrian path also. Now I'm just going to reduce my pedestrian path. Now it's 1 meter. I'm just reducing. Right. So now exactly your highway is now ready. Now I'm just going to include a lightings, right? So how we are just going to add light. Now we'll have one more option C in my left side that is called luminary selection. Go with that luminary selection over here at the bottom of this thing. I'm just going to create luminaries. So what are the different types of lighting system will be available? So for that purpose, I'm just going to go with that Philips type luminaries. I'm just going to go with that Philips less street light I'm just having. So for that purpose, I'm just having a Philips. So Philips Kulapura. So Philips light is coming. So this is called street light. So I'm just go with that luminary category. So you just go with it outdoor, and outdoor we're just going to go with that street lamping that is called a road luminaries. I'm just go with that architectural area, pedestrian, and road luminaries. I'm just go with that roadside luminaries. அதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா Philips company மட்டுமே this much model they're just giving for a roadside. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 1000 companies லைட் கம்பெனிஸ் இருக்கு. ஆஸ்ட்ரம், பஜாஜ் எலக்ட்ரிகல்ஸ், நிறைய லைட்ஸ் என் நம்பர் ஆஃப் கம்பெனிஸ். ஐ couldn't have that list of names. That much electrical lamp manufacturing companies will be available in around the world. இங்க பாருங்க பிலிப்ஸ்ல மட்டுமே அவுட்டோர்ல ரோட் சைடுக்கு தேர் ஹேவிங் this much categories 8777 models will be there just having. I'm just going to choose some model over here. I'm just choosing. So once you just choose, right, so your a picture will be shown right by right. So this is what some selected model. So anyway, I'm just going to choose different model, right? So this one more street light model. If you just go with the different types, so I'm just going to go with this type, right? So you could able to choose your own different style. So I'm just go with it, this type of model, right? So street light lamp, I'm just go with it 740 watts uh, light. So now I'm just going to click add and export. Right, this type of model will be now going to be, we are just going to insert my roadside. So இதோட total lamp flux பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 8784 lumens, right? So light output ratio 1 around. Luminaries flux பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது total lamp ஓட total lumens, but எனக்கு output பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 7900 around will be now. So total electrical power consumption will be around 74. If you just go with that ballast type, you're just going to go with the ballast type. But this Philips product, particularly PGP 100T15 model, it doesn't have any ballast mode, straight away output, right? So we'll have an output file format. You could able to have that radial X. We're just going to go with it normal premium mode. So you could have that rotate your ankle, right? So you could able to adjust this position. So you could able to adjust this lighting output in the form of angle. Now itself, I'm just going to go with that 0 degree itself, right? Now I'm just going to select this light, right? Now this light is now coming. Now I'm just going to bring this light to here. So I'm just going to go with it and simply click and drag. So I'm not doing anything, simply I'm just click and drag. Just see, and just click and drag மட்டும் தான் பண்ணிருக்கேன். See, simply what I'm just doing, simply I'm just selecting lights. So once we're just selecting lights from a Philips category, simply click and drag it. Drag it, you could have that symbol, right? So now it's a clipboard symbol is coming. You can just drop it to in our road, right? So now your street light lamping is now ready. So you could see lamps, street light lamp posts are now getting ready. I'm just going to increase my panel. I could see. Now I'm just going to unzooming. Now see, my left side road is now fitted with my lamp post. You could see. So you could able to see, you could able to change the lamp position, right? So we'll have two different types of lamp post will be available over here. So this is first lamp, and this is lamp 2. It is now fitted with my lighting system will be available over here, right? You could able to change the lamp post, right? So this is a highway. So definitely in right side also, we are just going to go with that. We are just going to insert one more lighting system over here itself also. So go with that in killer pathina right side arrangement type. So if you just go with it one side or maybe two side, if you're just going to click two side, so definitely your two side will be lighting will be available. And in So not எனக்கு each and every place நடுவுல ஒன்று இருந்தால் போதும். Just called triangle safe arrangement, two-sided arrangement. For one is opposite, right? So இந்த arrangement பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஈவனா இருக்கும், right? So opposite lighting it will be even. But இங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா opposite. So ஒரு லைட்டுக்கு நடுவுல இன்னொரு லைட் இருக்காது. So this is somewhat a best method, right? So by reducing your cost, right? So this is somewhat a best method. You could able to change the distance between your lighting systems. You could able to change your distance, right? Now it's a default of 15 meters இருக்கு. ஒவ்வொரு லேம்புக்கு நடுவுல 15 meters இருக்கு. I could able to change the distance. So I'm just going to give 20 meters. Now you could see the distance between the two lamp is automatically changed now. So okay sir, the lamp நம்ம first choose பண்ணியாச்சு, and where is the light is now coming? See, so now before into that I'm just going to go with that beam angle. I'm just going to give around 4 degree. So now the light is somewhat aligned towards my roadside. So this will be visible கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா இருக்கும். And you could able to design your own systems, right? For example, இந்த இடத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு graph மாதிரி தெரியுது இல்லையா? This graph, right? So this shows that green and orange and red. It shows that good illumination level. Just see, I'm just going to reduce this distance around 5 meter. The poles will be now, it will be changing. You could see many poles will be getting created. So it's see your lamp. This is called my, this is very area of my flux light. So எனக்கு நான் 4B angle கொடுத்திருக்கேன். So in the area எனக்கு light illuminates flux lines, it will be very high. So towards போக grass area போறப்ப எனக்கு lighting எனக்கு கிடைக்காது. So for that purpose I'm just going to increasing my beam angle around 10 degree. I'm just giving. Now see, என்னோட light பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த lamp post வந்துட்டு now it's getting increased towards this grass bulb, right? So just this is the area, and I'm just going to increase this pole light center. So in the pole height in the lamp position I'm just going to change. So 10 meter I'm giving. The light position is going to be moved into top of this lamp, right? So top of this post. So now it will be 10. Pole distance I'm changing about to 15 meters, right? So this is exact road side calculations, right? So this is street light lamp posting, and how we are just going to changing lamp position and the center of light and the lamp fixtures position, and you could able to change this entire thing, right? So we'll have that one more thing. So if you're not what could I say, if you're not feeling that much it's manual method, right? So if you're just having a one more optimize, one more method will be available. This is optimize all variants. Just go with that. If you're just நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா சிவில் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் வந்துட்டு ரோடு இனிஷியலா பில்ட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ஸோ யூ குட் ஹேவ் தட் டேப் அண்ட் யூ குட் ஏபிள் டு மெஷர் இட். அந்த டேட்டாவை யூ ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு இன்சர்ட் இட் ஓவர் ஹியர். பேஸ்ட் அப்பான் திஸ் we'll have one more algorithm will be available here. So optimize all variant, just click on it. So based upon your data, the software itself is going to be calculated and how much light is needed and what is the distance between two lamp posts. It will be automatically going to collect it. So now I'm just going to click optimize all variants. எனக்கு optimizeல கொடுத்தோம்னா என்ன சொல்லுது, ஸோ இந்த ரோடுக்கு ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் சேஞ்சிங் திஸ் இஸ் 10 மீட்டர்னு சொன்னேன். ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு ரோடு வித் 10 மீட்டர் அண்ட் 10 மீட்டர் இந்த கிராஸோட வித் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2 மீட்டர் கொடுத்தேன். இந்த டேட்டாவுக்கு இந்த அல்காரிதம் இஸ் ஆப்டிமைஸ் நான் கிளிக் பண்ணப்ப எனக்கு சேஞ்ச் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா, ஸோ போல் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் 50 மீட்டர் வச்சுக்கோங்க. as well as center of light, this lamp post இருக்கு இல்லையா, ஸோ 10 மீட்டர் ஹைட்ல நீங்க ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணுங்க. லைட்டை 10 டிகிரி ஆங்கிள் ரொட்டேட் பண்ணி வைங்க. ஸோ டுவர்ட்ஸ் ஃபேஸிங் மை ரோட் சைட் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா you will get maximum luminaries. So you could see, so throughout this grass kilo red line is now passing. So it shows that this much light is going to be visible. So you could have that clear lighting systems in our street line. So I'm just going to pass around 2 minutes over here. Any doubt here? Anyone just have the doubt? I'm just going to pass 2 minutes over here. Any doubt? Anyone please, whether it's understood acha adhaadu solunga, say yes or no.
Sir, doubt illa sir.
Okay, ஒருத்தர் தான் பேசிருக்கீங்க, அது யாருன்னு தெரியலையே. யாரு? ஸ்ரீனிவாசன். ஓகே ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் ரைட். ஸோ ஐ திங்க் ரிமைனிங் மெம்பர்லாம் கவனிக்கிறீங்களா இல்லை மைக் ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா, ஸ்பீக்கர் தெரியல. ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் மட்டும் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. ஸோ ரிமைனிங் பீப்புள் ஜஸ்ட் எனிவன் ஜஸ்ட் மைக் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லுங்க வெதர் இட்ஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டுட். எப்படி நீங்க ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரா தான் இதுவும் தான் உங்களுக்கு தேவைப்படும், எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு தேவைப்படும் ரைட். ஸோ நாட் இது உங்களுக்கு அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் டாபிக்லாம் கிடையாது. எனர்ஜி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், எனர்ஜி இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் தான் இது எல்லாமே. எனர்ஜி இப்போ நம்ம ரோட்ல இப்போ இன்னொரு லோக்கல் சிட்டிலாம் போறது இந்த மாதிரிலாம் சாஃப்ட்வேர் டிசைன்லாம் யாரும் ஃபாலோ பண்றது இல்லை. பட் அவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா மேனுவலா தே ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் அண்ட் தே ஜஸ்ட் ட்ரையல் அண்ட் எரர் மெத்தட்ல தான் பாக்குறாங்க. So in the trial and method, why we are not going to go with it, this type of software, right? So time மிச்சமாகும், efficient-ஆ நம்ம pole placement வைக்கலாம், lighting system exact-ஆ calculate பண்ணலாம், lighting பார்த்தீங்கன்னா good lighting effect இருக்கும், right? So by choosing these things, right? So second assignment, it will be based on this software. That's why I'm just giving a small introduction over here, right? So if people going to design a lighting system or a motoring system, power factor system with the help of these type of softwares. So இன்னும் assignment ஒன்னே நிறைய பேர் submit பண்ணல. So யார் எனக்கு receive ஆயிருக்கோ அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் தான் I'm just going to give you out of 20 mark உங்களுக்கு internal mark இருக்கு இல்லையா, யாருக்கு கொடுக்குறீங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் தான் mark. So இதுக்கு நான் mark அதிகமாக கொடுத்துருக்கேன்னு நினைச்சிடாதீங்க. So who are all just going to give assignment, அதுக்கு மட்டும் mark இருக்கு. Right, so this is a simple way of creating a street light roadside luminary systems. It will be how it's going to be generated. So thank you for this one, and we're just going to go with that one more demonstration. So now I'm just going to close this software. So if you want to save, we could able to save, and we could able to generate a report also. How the red text expert screen is now generated report also. Here also we could able to generate a report, right? So right, I'm just going to create one more small thing, lighting system for a small building. So you could able to design your own building, but instead of going small building, I'm just having my own CAD file. I'm just got it from one website, right? So I'm just going to share that website name itself. You could go with that website and you could able to download your own building. So this is called Open IFC Model Repository website, which is the University of Auckland in New Zealand. Right, so in the website you could able to download a number of AFC model which is available for my DIALUX software. So நீங்க own building நீங்களே create பண்ணலாம். Otherwise இந்த websiteல போயிட்டு you could able to download your own buildings, right? இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா will have a number of buildings will be available. For example, so this building, right? So I think this is one more example, right? So this is a building, so you could able to download over here. So KATFGK project. So you could able to download this card file, that is IFC file, and you could able to invoke in my that software. So now I'm just going to click this project file IFC. Now it's getting downloading. So once download ஆயிடுச்சு உங்களுக்கு எப்படி ரன் பண்ணி காமிக்கணும் பாருங்க, right? So this is called a 14 MB file, around 2 MB தான் download இருக்கு. Right, once it's downloaded, I'm just going to work with the software. In the பாத்தீங்கன்னா எந்த lighting system wiring எதுவுமே இருக்காது. So you people design your own lighting system, this entire home, or maybe you could able to download industry structure building and you can go with that lighting systems. இங்க நீங்க lighting fix எப்படி நம்ம street light பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி இங்கேயும் நீங்க room குள்ள lighting fix பண்ணலாம், garden and street, right? So you could able to design its own stating lights over here and just to make a report, and other than நீங்க assignment submit பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். Anyway, within 2 days I'm just going to plan it about second assignment, right? So go with it, and it's now getting downloaded, around 10 MB download ஆயிடுச்சு. Now project final FGK, right? So I'm just going to open my new project. So in the model download ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா எப்படி சார் import பண்றது, right? So import, once you just double click on the software, right? So DIALUX double click பண்ணிருங்க, open ஆயிடும், and I'm just going to go with it. This is a front text screen. You could able to go with that import plan or IFC. So click on it. Click பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா your building is நான் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணது அந்த ஃபைல் டவுன்லோட்ஸ்ல இருக்கும். Just go with that, download செக் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். Once it's download ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா, so there is a 14 MB card file. You could just download it. So you could able to create your own home, right? So tutorial நிறைய இருக்கு. You could go with it. Your own create your own innovative ideas, own innovative building நீங்க create பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Now it's getting loaded. So the file is being readed, and based upon this, you're just going to check all this checkbox, right? Check all this front panel and go thing and create next, and again check everything and finish. Your building is now getting ready here, right? Your building is getting ready now, right now. Yes, this is a 2D diagram, right? Go with that 3D rendering model. It will be useful for giving that exact operation of your building. So I'm just going with the 3D rendering. Now you can just go with it your home. You could able to zoom inside your room also. So I'm just now inside your hall, actually hall, right? You could able to place TV, you could able to place a dining table, you could able to place everything, you could able to place door. This is one more room. I'm just going to go with it second room. You could able to zoom it also and zoom on, right? Now I'm just going to give you a small introduction about my focusing light, right? So I'm just going to plan it about a nighttime light. So now in this area, I'm just going to give you a focusing light over here, and it is going to be hit over some lights will be over here, and left side inga or focusing light வைக்க போறேன், இது இந்த பக்கம் hit பண்ணும். So theater effect மாதிரி. So here one more light is now focusing light, here one more light is now focusing. Now I'm just going to go with that lighting system. Light, I'm just going to click it. So last time we have opened street light, so the default அங்கே இருக்கும், but we are just going to moving into a focusing light. So now I'm just going to move with a different light. So already I used to focus light, so you just go with that catalog Philips la போயிட்டு கண்டுபிடிங்க. நான் ஃபேவரட்ல நான் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கேன் ஹிஸ்டரியில. Now I'm just going to go with that street light. Once we just click focus light, it's gonna come. நான் ஆல்ரெடி எடுத்ததனால எனக்கு வந்திருக்கு. நீங்க நியூவா யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா பிலிப்ஸ்குள்ள போய் எடுங்க, நிறைய கம்பெனிஸ் இருக்கு, சர்ச் பண்ணி எடுத்துக்கோங்க, இன்டர்நெட்ல ஃப்ரீ சாஃப்ட்வேர் தான் எடுத்துக்கலாம். And I'm just focusing light எடுத்துட்டேன். Now I'm just click and drag, simply click and drag, just click and drag. I'm just going to place somewhere here because I'm just going to focus, creating a focus light over here. I'm just going to place somewhat here, so the light is now somewhat here. Now I'm just going to rearrange the location, right? I'm just going to give you that one more operation will be here. So this is called a display option. So you could able to find out a real time ray tracing operations. நீங்க கேம்லாம் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க இல்லையா, ஒரு டார்ச் லைட் கிளிக் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த லைட் எவ்வளவு தூரம் பாஸ் ஆகுது. The same thing, the software, it's a powerful software. Real time ray tracing could also find out. So you could have that so light visualization. இதை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க, your lighting will be shown here. Now you could able to light பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்ப tilt ஆயிட்டு எனக்கு கிரவுண்ட் அடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கு. Now I'm just going to rotate here. You will have that rotate operation over here. You could able to rotate. So now you could able to rotate in a vertical mode. So now I'm just going to create a rotate mode. So this is called my this axis, right? So rotate mode, this axis, I'm just going to give you that rotation, right? So one second, I'm just going to tilting. Yes, yes. Now this angle I'm just going to fix it right now. Now you could able to move your lighting systems with the help of this operation. Now you could able to change this location of your light, right? I'm just going to place somewhere here and just going to rotate in a clockwise, right? I'm just tilting. I'm just now I'm just tilting my light. Yes, now this is exact my right side. Now I'm just going to place one more light on my right side. So right, so now the light is now coming. Now I'm just going to create one more light in my right side. So now I'm just going to go with that one more light. So light system, I'm just going to bring it over here. One more light I'm just coming. I'm just going to bring it here and I'm just going to rotate. Yes, now this is called my focusing light. Yes, it's now coming. Yes, it's now exactly fixed, right? And I'm just having two lights, right? So one is now here, one is now here, right? So I'm just going to move it somewhere to here. I'm just moving towards my building. I'm just going to apply over here. See, this is my right side focusing light, this is my left side focusing light. So now we'll have two lights, right? So you could able to change your lumens level also. In the lightning path, you could have place individual luminaries. I'm just going to fix it. So you could have that one more option, right? So in street light, we have just seen optimize light space. Here also automatic arrange bar spaces. You could go with it automatic spaces, right? Now I'm just going to go with it. It's going to change your one second. Tips, right? I'm just going to change my zoom view. Yes, this is my focusing light, which I just placed over somewhere here. Now you could able to change your flux level. So you could able to change. I'm just going to have mouse operation. You could have your own positioning operation. You could have the x-axis, y-axis over here. You could able to change it here. -12 is coming. You could able to, with the help of numeric number, you could able to adjust your lighting system. So here a default -12 இருக்கு. So without mouse learning, if you are just you could able to change here. So I'm just going to give you -10. where lighting system is going to be moving towards my building. So you could have that -5, even it's closer to my building. So -15, even it should be longer than my building. The same way, if you're just going to change my second light, you could do -15. It will be now somewhat here. You could able to change with the help of this one. You could be able to change your lighting surface mounted. It will be 4 meter about building. So I'm just going to go with it 0.5 meters. It will be now below that building. So monodistam mela lamp post now you could able to download. So nearby ground I'm just giving nearby ground, right? So now again we need to tilt our light, right? So we need to rotate our light system. In a ground இருந்துச்சு, so focus கீழே போட்டுச்சு. Then you can just go with it rotation. Now we'll have that tilting operation. So mouse, yes, tilting operation not done. Again tilting operation, right? So in night times we'll have a exact lighting system so in a building, right? You could able to change that entire lighting system and photometric data. You could able to change your lighting system lumens. You could able to change 10,000, 1 lakh, around 1 lakh 338, so 1 lakh 38,000 lumens will be here, because focusing light it has much what you could say much electricity energy is now going to consume. Let's see, this focus light alone it's going to consume 2000 watts. Imagine 2000 watts na or motor or power supply it's consuming, because it's a focus light, right? So it has that much flux line, 10,000 flux lines, so lumens, right? So that's why the electricity also will be very high. So 51 lumens per watt actually. Watts you could able to change your lighting system. So by clicking over here, you could able to change your lumens in this an area. So you could able to change that coloring areas in the rendering. You could able to change lamp type. You could able to change. So this is a default LED light. You could able to change halogen lamp, vapor lamp. Once you just apply lighting color marum paranga. I'm just going to go with that. So mercury vapor lamp, you could have that coloring change ஆயிடுச்சு பாத்தீங்களா, mercury கொஞ்சம் dull ஆயிடுச்சு light. So if it is LED na, it will be now somewhat full whiteness it will be coming, right? So I think at 11 o'clock, so with the time constraint கம்மியா இருக்கு, that's why I'm just going to stop it somewhere here and we will continue by tomorrow class, right? So I think I hope I have some knowledge on this lighting system software, right? So thank you all for listening.